All right, I'm 365 days of horsemanship, day 53. A little late doing this because I actually was a little rushed in leaving the yard today because I had to get to work. I've just finished work. So yeah, sitting down to think about my day today. Definitely. So I actually was at the yard for probably about an hour and a half. I ended up doing mijas plaits, which took me a little bit longer than I thought it would. And so then I really had to rush to leave because I had to get home and get changed and go to work. It was actually really nice with Mia. I was able to get her quite quickly. I came up with the halter, and I moved the line towards her hind end, as I usually would. And with hardly any pressure at all, she started moving. And I was like, oh, that's so great. Like, so much better than it was if she was just ignoring me. She actually took me straight all the way across the field to the hay, which I thought was really interesting because that's definitely a place that I've noticed we can be together and be happy. And then I was able again to do the same things with moving her around and basically get the halter on quite quickly. So I brought her down to the yard and tied her with a hay net, and that worked really well. And I was able to actually do all of her plaits, but it did take me a little bit longer than I thought. It was nice energy. I felt like she enjoyed it. At some point she stopped, had a little rest, had a little nap. So it seemed good. I definitely think that I just need to be more disciplined with myself about not doing her plaits in the field, because it's just not as good of a situation as it is when I bring her up. And then because I was running late, then I went to do Lawrence and I rushed him, which I feel bad about, definitely. I think it's a lesson to be learned. I mean, he's fine, you know, I really had like no time at all, and I wanted to get these painkillers in him, and he was just skeptical. And instead of feeling like I had the time to give him the time, I didn't have the time, so I just like caught him and gave him them. Instead of like allowing him to get to a place where he was like offering, I just was like, okay, look, this is how it is. And yeah, so it was fine, you know. I don't think he had a bad time of it. It just was, I was dominant with it rather than just being supportive and patient, which is a shame. And I think I'll pay for that tomorrow because he's gonna be more skeptical. But you know, I'm only human, right? We're all only human. And it's, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's better than that, you know, I just skipped them, you know, of course, you know, and sometimes we just don't have time, you know, so it was okay. I think definitely he's going to need some TLC when I go up, later on today after I've had some sleep. And, yeah, I think that's going to be interesting. Going to be, yeah, definitely gonna come to him first. I think it's a good lesson for me. This is why I try not to go up just before work. It's why I try to go up at the end of the day, or, you know, at a time when I don't have anything else going on that I need to be somewhere at a certain time, because it doesn't work well for me if I'm rushed when I'm there. Like, in some ways it's always better to do your horses in the morning as the first thing you do because you have like that bit more energy. But for me, the problem with that is that if I go to do them and I am in a rush, then things fall apart and I feel that time pressure, and then I don't feel that I can like give them the time that they need. I end up rushing them to get things done. And that definitely happened today. And I think, yeah, I think I just need to, if that happens again where I'm in that place, I just need to just be aware of what needs to be done that day and get that done first, so I'm not rushing any of those things. Because if I'd have ultimately, you know, I was thinking about it afterwards, you know, I came home, I got changed, you know, I ate some food quickly for 10 minutes before I left, and I thought, you know what, that extra couple of minutes it would have taken probably wouldn't have made any difference to my day, but it would have made a big difference to how the experience that we would have had together, you know, and how he'd have felt about that. So yeah, so that's kind of a lesson for me, I think. And I think the way to get past that emotion, that panic, is to not put myself in that situation. And where I've got things that need doing within a session, within a day, just to do them as soon as I get there. Because if I'd have done him first, you know, those extra couple minutes wouldn't have made any difference. No difference at all. So yeah, so a good lesson. You know, we all make mistakes sometimes. And the important thing is that you learn and grow.